Okay. This is going to be tricky. So, if you have not... Okay, so, who here has seen All Hallows Eve? Who here loves Art the Clown? Who here was actually wanting an Art the Clown movie? I was like one of the first people to see this film, and I loved All Hallows Eve. It's got flaws, sure, and I think that the Art the Clown short is probably the only good one in the film. It's a pretty solid film, and I think it's what makes it so good is the likable characters and the acting and the storytelling as well. It's a short anthology with only 3 shorts, but they work very well. Despite the alien one, which I really can't get into, but you know, it's pretty good. But when I saw the trailer for that film, I was like, oh, this is interesting. And I saw the film, I was like, this is really good. It's also creepy. I want a movie based off that clown. And by popular demand, guys, we got Terrifier in 2016, 2017, 2018? I don't know. IMDb changes it a lot. I'm just going to say 2018. Terrifier 2018. Starring Art the Clown in his official debut film. Well, no, not his official start. That's All Hallows, but it's his first film. And it is a slasher, paint-by-number slasher. So what's the film about? This film has no story. If I'm being completely honest, this film has no story. So first and foremost, this movie is about these 2 girls who are they're coming home from a Halloween party, and as they're walking to their car, they encounter Art the Clown, and they find out that their tires are slashed, and they got to call, the one girl has to call her sister, and they have to wait. The one girl has to use the bathroom, so she goes into the warehouse, and Art the Clown proceeds to follow our main 2 characters and tries to brutally murder them. And that's pretty much it. The rest of the film is just them wandering the warehouse and wondering if they'll live or not. That's it. Most of the film is just them wandering. I'm not even gonna lie. So there is a story, but for the most part, it's just them wandering the warehouse, trying to avoid Art the Clown. And I gotta be honest, guys, I dug this film. If you guys have been with this channel for a while, I did do a review of this film back in 2018 when it came out, but I deleted it because, well, if you guys know my old videos and old me, I was a little dumb. I was dumb. I did a lot of spitting. I did a lot of weird things, and, you know, I'm still weird, but, like, you know, I'm tolerable. There's an audience for me because people like to watch these reviews, I guess. So, how's the film? Well, first and foremost, this film, like, if you love 80s slashers, this is like the ultimate 80s slasher film, but it takes place in modern time, which makes it better, in my opinion. What makes this film work, despite having no story, is Art the Clown. The person who plays Art the Clown, and oh my god, I forget his name, but man, he's such a great guy. Look him up. Just look up Art the Clown actor on IMDb or whatever. He does such a great job as the character. He's so creepy. And the thing that I love about Art the Clown is, just like Freddy Krueger, is he's so expressive. You get to see so many different emotions from him. But here's the catch. He's silent. He doesn't speak a word. And he does it so well. It's like a mime, you know? He's a mime clown. And everything he does, he takes pleasure in. If he were to, like, kill your baby brother, he would laugh at it with no remorse. This dude is evil. This is probably the most despicable horror movie villain I have ever seen, right next to, oh my god, I had a brain fart. I guess right next to Michael Myers, since Michael Myers is pretty brutal in his recent films, like Kills and Ends and 2018. He's pretty brutal in those films, and even the Rob Zombie ones. So. Stay tuned. But Art the Clown is fucking scary, man. When I first saw this film, I had no idea what to expect other than it was Art the Clown. And I gotta be honest, he stole the show for me. He made this movie work 100%. If it was some other guy like Michael Myers, it would just be a forgettable movie. If it was Freddy Krueger, cool, you know, it's Freddy Krueger, but we're in a warehouse, you know, we're not that much to go on. And I gotta be honest, I think that's where the plot, like, and flaws of this film don't really work for me. That's where the film really falls, like, not falls flat, but the movie just kind of fails for me. Because there's no real story and because we're stuck at this warehouse throughout the film, it can become a little dull and boring sometimes and very slow. This film can get slow sometimes. And there are some times where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna you know, fast forward. But honestly, Art the Clown, when he's on screen, he steals it. And you know what else steals the show? The kills. As a Christian, I don't really take pleasure in people getting killed, but I admire the practical effects and, you know, the interesting ways that they do it because, you know, it's an art form. It's a horror movie, you know, people can like it, you know. I think it's cool to appreciate the special effects and everything, but I don't take pleasure in seeing people get killed brutally and violently. And let me tell you guys, Art the Clown does not show fucking remorse when he kills people. I am dead serious. Art the Clown is despicable. He ties up a girl upside down, gets a fucking hacksaw and chops down in between this girl's vagina, all the way down to her head, and we see it. It's not green screen. It's not stupid CGI. We see the girl get her vagina slashed and sawed. And when I first saw this in 2018, I'd never seen anything like it. And I literally didn't know how to react. So all I could do was just sit there on my couch watching the film like, oh my God. Okay. And I will give this movie kudos. Just because Art the Clown is a slasher villain, he uses a gun. He only uses it like once or twice, but he's not afraid to use guns. So don't think, oh, you know, like if you're like, oh, I could take down Michael Myers. You know, he doesn't use a gun. He just uses a knife. You know, I could shoot him from afar. Good luck with Art the Clown. You're fucked. The one thing I've kind of failed to mention is that I do think that this movie works pretty well for me, despite some of the slow moments and the dull story, because it's just two girls wandering around in a warehouse. But the thing I really like is not only Art the Clown, but it's the two girls, the main characters in the film. They do a good job at acting. Everyone in this film does a really good job at acting, and honestly, like it feels real. But even though like the location is kind of dull and bland, everyone's performance gives off like a real authenticity vibe where I'm just like, okay, I could believe this. And I can't speak English today. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say before I give my review. I'm tired. Before I give my rating. For the most part, if you're a slasher fan, you'll love this movie. You'll give like an A+, 10 out of 10. For me, I had some problems with it. As a slasher fan, I do have some problems. I do think at times it is slow, and I do think that the location and story are pretty bland and dull and kind of forgetful. But where the movie shines is the acting, the practical blood effects, and Art the Clown, and the music. I forgot to mention, the music is great in this film. The score is... The opening, Art the Clown's theme, how does it go? You just gotta hear it, man. You gotta hear the theme. It's really good. All the flaws I have with this film was really entertaining, and it's pretty good. It's also scary sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. It's very atmospheric and creepy. The warehouse, even though it's like it does give like off like a dirty vibe of this film, because Art the Clown is one dirty, sick fuck. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna give it a B plus. At times it can be slow. This movie is nothing to write home about, but it is a solid slasher, and honestly, I want Art the Clown to be a new like slasher icon, man. I could see him like going up against Jason or Freddy Krueger or something. I could totally picture that, and I hope this guy gets more films since we got a sequel, and they already announced the third one. So let's review the second one.